Hey, Good Fox here. Today we have Mutt Men episode number 79, and I'm joined as always by the Texas boy. How are you doing, good sir?
Kind of sad, man. Not gonna lie, kind of sad.
Oh, where are they? Why is that?
Because my man Bingo ruined last week's episode.
Oh, it's Bengo's fault, huh?
Yep. I think we should go ahead and put this ban out right now. Bingo's not allowed on the show ever again. First
I
off,
like that actually.
he ruined the episode, and then he predicted the Giants would win, and they got blown out.
Oh yeah, he's probably hiding in shame right now.
I will be too. It's embarrassing.
It's a lot easier to trash talk Bengo when he can't talk back.
I mean, that is
like
true.
this.
That is true. I'm gonna carve a niche out for myself where I just trash talk Bingo when he can't even defend himself.
I like that. We should make it a segment of the podcast weekly.
I'm down for
This
that.
week in Bengal trash talk. All right, but we are joined by special guest Jay Skill. How are you?
What up? I'm doing great. How you doing?
Great. I'm doing very well. So for those who don't know you are an OG Mutt player. Can you kind of give a little bit of your background with Mutt, YouTube, your website, and all that jazz?
Cool. So I've been playing Mutt before your favorite YouTuber was playing Mutt. I've been around for a while, back when Mutt first started, before Guru got his job, before anyone knew who Rex was. As far as my website, The World's Empire is just a website where we promote gaming news. It's also a platform if you are a writer within the gaming industry, or if you're not a writer and you just want to find out how to get into the gaming industry, just hit me up on Twitter or anything, and we can work something out.
Okay, very cool. So it's basically a freelance job for those kind of guys.
Exactly. Wait. Not technically a job, because you're not going to get no money, but you will, get some
exposure.
Some exposure.
Like the clarity right there. You want to make sure you knew that we ain't paying right now.
Yeah, hey, Jay giving away money, hit him up.
I gotcha. Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with a few other sports websites like Sports Gamers Online, and it seems like there's quite a few of them. Could you explain, I don't know if you want to talk about your competition at all, but how many of those sports gamer websites are out there?
Not many. The top two sport gaming website is Operation Sports and Sports Gaming. And I was before Sports Gaming, and I knew them when they were starting. And I knew it was going to be kind of hard, because when it comes to news, it's about who can get the news first. And if Madden does not put out a press release and they said, well, we're going to give all the news to Mudhead, then they're going to get all the clicks. Or we're going to give all the news to Operational Sports, they're going to get all the clicks. By the time it gets to a website like my website, it's old news. And who's really going to click on something they already read on Twitter or from one of those sites? So I'm happy for them. They were able to find their way to walk alongside Operational Sports and Mudhead and don't ruffle any feathers, because of course Mudhead is kind of in their pocket, so you're not going to get too much more than them, but they're doing good out there.
Yeah, it seems like Mudhead and EA are very close, or at least on the Mutt side of it. Yeah,
very close.
Yeah,
very close.
Yeah. So, and we know, because some former, Kralo actually worked at Mudhead, then he works at EA. But we'll get into that a little bit later. I want to focus kind of right now at the beginning of the podcast on your background on Mutt, and so you were there at the very beginning. So, the very beginning, before Texas, our favorite YouTuber.
Before it was popular on YouTube.
Yeah, and Mutt's basically what's driven Madden sales in the last few years. Do you think Mutt right now here in 18 is better or worse than what it was those first couple years, say, what is it, 9, 10, 11? Or did it start in 10? I can't recall. Do you remember what year it started?
I think Mutt 12 was the expansion pack,
12.
right?
Yeah, I think
12?
I think I started in 12. I think that's when
was
it was.
Was it 12? I could have swore it was 10. Oh yeah, I'll look it up. Okay, so how was Mutt 12 and 13?
So if I would have to compare it, I would say it's worse, but it's good in a way, because you have to look at how far along it's come with the solo challenges and all of the other stuff they added to it. The bad parts are like the packs, and I guess you can blame YouTube on it. It's the lack of playing with people, because when I used to play with Cullenberger and a lot of other people back in the day, we played for fun. We had fun on Mutt. Now it's more on competitive competition, on trying to get a video out or trying to get some cars or trying to get something done. So it's get some solos done. So I would say maybe Mutt Squad is trying to bring that playing with friends back, but that's the part of the old Mutt I miss. Being in a party full of friends, laughing, talking, playing each other, saying I got next, doing sets and stuff like that.
I mean, that's still available in Mutt these days, though.
It is.
So what's different?
Yeah, it's different. It's a little bit different now, in my opinion.
Okay. Do you think it's maybe because you've kind of moved on a little bit and got sick of the mode? Like, I know a lot of people reference their favorite Mutt is generally their first Mutt. Would you say that's accurate or not?
It's pretty accurate. I've kind of moved on. I found myself over the past 2 years playing less Mutt. The enjoyment is not there like how it used to be. It's not.
Okay, I gotcha. And I did just look it up. It was Mutt 10. So, yeah, it was right on this. So what game are you like? What does your website focus on? What kind of games are you playing right now instead of Madden?
Instead of Madden, I'm playing NBA 2K. Played a little bit of Live. A lot of sports games right now because, of course, sports is like the hot topic. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to cut you off. You can finish. I got another question.
My website is, whenever you're doing a website, it's sometimes easier if you focus on one genre. If you're going to do be like the sports gaming site, or if you're going to be like the indie gaming site. My site covers indie games, AAA, sports, fighting, technology, anything related to gaming. It's kind of hard to do stuff like that because your news coverage is everywhere. But again, this site is not made to make me rich. It's made to help someone. So I'd rather you be able to come in and talk about whatever you want to talk about and be happy that way.
Okay, I gotcha. I got another question, but Texas, do you have anything before I ask my question?
No, you go ahead.
Okay, so this is kind of a general question, but I kind of want to get your opinion on it. Why does it feel like the gaming media doesn't cover Madden and other sports games relative to their sales compared to other similar size video games? Like Madden and FIFA sell a ton of copies every year, and other like quote unquote AAA titles that sell similarly get way more coverage. Why do you think that is?
I don't want to say it like it's not important, but in my opinion, with these sports games now, is more in the microtransactions. Whereas if they start talking about that, you best believe it's going to be a lot of coverage on like Madden and Mutt and like how much sales they've made when it comes to pack. Just imagine if that was the topic. But we're talking about game sales. It's I don't know. It's not really that big of a thing when you're talking about with Madden and 2K and Live. It's more on games that are coming out from Bethesda and different type of fighting games. That's when they're talking about game sales, in my opinion. But hey,
I gotcha. Texas, why do you think it feels like the gaming media doesn't focus as much on the yearly sports titles as it does on other games that come out every year?
I feel like the sports titles are kind of all the same in a sense. I know Call of Duty gets a lot of major focus on it, but a lot of the sports games are pretty much, for what people say, copy paste, whereas other things are a little bit different. They feel different, play differently, and I think that might be the reason why. Because what can you say about Madden that hasn't already been said in print or in public?
That's a good point.
Right quick, I would like to elaborate on that. I was talking about game sales, but when you're talking about media itself, just like I said earlier, when it comes to the coverage, it's all about the press release. So a game from Bethesda or from another publisher, they will post their press release on a website where someone like me will go there, read it, and cover it. Whereas EA will basically either put it out on Facebook or Twitter or give it to Mutthead or Operational Sports. By that time, a smaller media outlet like myself, it's pointless to even talk about it.
Yeah.
It's like a copy and paste. Like if Madden decides to put all of the information on their website, everyone already clicked on it. So me trying to get that information and put it on my site, it's like I'm not going to cover it. It's not going to get no clicks for me.
I gotcha. So do you don't think that Madden should put out blogs on promos and stuff like that? They should give it to websites instead?
I think they should. I mean, if they want more coverage, they should allow more people to have access to their information. I understand that they want, it's all about the clicks. I understand that they want the clicks on their website. I understand that they want people to come to them to be the number one source of the Madden information. But I mean, I'm assuming okay, indie games want everyone to talk about their stuff. Madden, they are a big company. EA is a big company, so I'm assuming they're thinking, well, we have the money. We don't care if Joe Blow websites decides to say, hey, I want to cover your game. We don't care. We can just hit someone up a Polygon and send them a game and say, hey, can you talk about it? So
I gotcha. Texas, what's your opinion on that? Do you think Madden should release all the information to blogs? They haven't really done that this year that much. Release it on their own blogs versus just like it on Twitter. Or would you prefer them to hand it over to like different websites for different news stuff that they put out on content?
I feel like it's weird because I would like them to do a combination of both, where they can either do it themselves and also try to send it to people that they trust, so that way they can establish relationships with the media, especially since they invite media to these events. So if you get a good relationship with these guys, you can probably trust them more so than if you didn't have a relationship to begin with. So I would like to see them do both, where they can still put stuff up themselves. They want to get it directly out to the consumer, as opposed to having us go to a website to check it out. But also, it'd be cool if they send it to websites as well. So that way, it's not just all going basically to two places. They can spread it out and have these different media outlets. Especially if something major is happening, they want to get announced. It'll be on a lot of platforms as opposed to just being on two.
Yeah, I generally agree. I think, in my opinion, what the ideal sense of, say a promotion's coming out, say the Halloween promo, what they should do is reach out to their community. This is one thing that Hearthstone does really well, is they give community members, like influencers, certain cards to reveal. So they could give, people that don't promote coins. So I was gonna say they should give Texas one, but then I was like, oh wait, they can't.
What they could? I mean, but like, bro, 2 years ago I was good. They want to mess with the kid, bro. That's their loss.
So they give Toke Nasty a card to reveal on like their upcoming Halloween promo. He does one reveal, Kay does another, Anto does one, J Skills site, Mudhead gets one, Sports Gamers gets one. And so they give it out to different community members, and then at the end, right before the promo launches for the Halloween promo, they get out the blog with all of them together on the same page. So like the hype kind of slowly builds through the community. People are going to different places to get the information. Like people can create videos on the certain cards. They're like, okay, this guy is good at this, so it kind of helps build the hype for the promo. But that's just in like a dream world, and they're always kind of like behind the eight ball, I think is what Jake said when he came on the podcast. They're always kind of like making stuff at the last minute, so it's a little tougher to do it when you don't have as much time to plan ahead.
Well, they did it with the flashbacks just like a couple weeks ago, where they
I was gonna sorry, I forgot to tie that in.
Gotcha.
So what they did with the flashbacks was my bad,
which was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that, even though like I'm still don't know why they don't do that more though. Like, I mean, it's cool to, especially for smaller channels, to build them up.
Yeah, I agree with all those retweets and stuff. But all right, so moving on. So Jessica, you used to do you used to put up YouTube videos. Why did you stop on YouTube for Madden and stuff?
Man, so when it comes to Madden, like my thing when I first started, it was pack openings, it was reactions, and it was, it was my thing, and I enjoyed it. I was doing it, but again, you're not going to post something if it's not going to get no views. Once other big YouTubers caught on that you could post yourself opening a pack and get a bunch of views, it kind of took away from smaller channels like myself. And that would kind of suck about it. It's like, imagine seeing someone taking your idea, taking what you love to do, and they're just making I wouldn't say making a mockery of it, but it's not real, it's not authentic, it's not something you like to do. You're doing it for the views, and now you're taking away from my audience, because they're not going to watch me, they're going to watch you, because once you get to a certain amount of subscribers, you're like God to them. So that's what kind of sucked. And so I eventually backed away from the pack openings. Then it was playing against people. Like me and Cullenberg used to play like 3 or 4 games in a Skype call, like back to back to back. And we were posting, we were trash talk. But then as you become bigger in a YouTube game, your time is limited. You know, you want to make sure you have quality footage to post. So a lot of those friendly games where you're playing against someone, you don't do no more because you're trying to hurry up and get stuff out so that you can get your views and so that you can get paid, which is understandable. But after that, you lose what you like to do, pack openings, and no more real friends to play with. It kind of, you know, slows down the channel. So
I gotcha. So,
yeah.
Back to what you were talking about with pack openings. So what do you think made your pack openings more real than other YouTubers that were bigger and them and their enjoyment of pack openings?
It wasn't overreacting to something that was not need to be overreacting to. Like if I pulled a card and I thought it was cool, like, oh, this card is cool, but then you'll get someone that pulled a silver, oh my god, I just, like, really? Like, you're not really that excited for that card, you know? Like, come on, you're not. So I think it was more of the natural, genuine of making a mistake, not knowing his card, learning with the subscribers, saying this card is cool. They telling you, wait, that card is worth 100,000, or, you know. So I think that was what was pretty cool about my pack openings.
I gotcha. Tex, what do you think about that? Why do people who scream and shout on YouTube do so much better than people who give genuine reactions?
I mean, if you look at it on YouTube right now, though, I think the biggest channels outside of music channels are reaction channels. People just like seeing people overreact, and I don't know why. There's maybe just people just, well, I'm kind of the same way. I like seeing reactions. Like, I like seeing bench and crowd reactions when something happens. I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, not for the football, but just for the reaction. Because, like, bro, it's something about people just, like, that attached to something that they are going to go crazy over. So, it's good for views, obviously. This past week at Buffalo Wild Wings, I don't know if you watched that Packer game, when the Bengals muffed the punt, there was no time on the clock. Every Packer fan in there was celebrating. I'm like, there's no time on the clock. They can't kick a field goal here. Why are y'all celebrating? But it's just the whole community element of it, just getting excited. I think people like to feel the energy and excitement from these videos, and that's why they gravitate towards guys who are putting on a show, in a sense. I can't say they're faking reaction, because it might be genuine, but they're adding a little bit of extra flair to it to get people excited about it.
Like, people watching is pretty cool, just like in public. I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Maybe that's something to add to the background. Like get a whole bunch of people doing a pack opening at once, like a studio audience, right? Texas?
Yeah. Well, that might be that might be the saddest thing ever. Imagine a studio audience watching us pull Madden packs. It'd be like that. Like that whenever something bad happens on Full House or Family Matters, they go, "Oh," that's what it'll be.
Yeah.
Just all it'll be because they know you're not come out of these packs. But I don't know if you watch I don't know if you watch the FIFA guys, but they do a lot of the community pack openings where they have like 7 guys in a room pulling FIFA packs. So, and they all react obnoxiously because it's a group setting. So it might be the next wave on YouTube, getting together and just pulling a bunch of packs with your friends.
Once again, FIFA is ahead of Madden in our creators.
Stays ahead of Madden. It's unfortunately, it's kind of crazy because like the FIFA model has worked in 2K, not so much in Madden just yet.
What's the FIFA model?
I don't know, man. I don't know what the FIFA model is, but I mean, there's guys in 2K that pretty much copy the same video style and layout that the FIFA guys set and are eating because of it.
Huh. Maybe I should go research some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Start eating. All right. Anyways, let's get back. J-Skill, do you think 2K and Live is better than Madden now?
In a sense, yes.
I mean, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say Live is better than Madden. What are we doing?
I'm not gonna say Live. I'm gonna say
Fox. Fox.
But he threw in 2K with it. So
I know what you came. What? Fox. I need answers here, man. Why did you put Live in that conversation?
Because he said he plays Live in 2K.
Okay. I don't play that much Live, but Live has come a long way. Live is not gonna take over 2K, but Live is now that game. You can play on the side. And, you know, this is going a little bit off topic here, but just give me like 1 little minute of your time.
All right, go ahead.
When I was younger, we had like 5 to 10 different sports games. We had like Troy Aikman football, Emmitt Smith run touchdown, Tecmo Bowl. We played all of them. But for some odd reason, now as a gamer, speaking for self, I kind of find it hard to play more than one sports game. I don't know, maybe it's because there's so much you have to put into playing it. But back in the day, I used to play 5 different sports games within like a span of 2 to 3 months. Whereas like now, if I'm playing 2K, I won't touch Live for like 2 weeks. But going back to your question, 2K, it gives me much more to do. Even though I like.
Hang on a second. Can I respond to that part about playing so many more games? The games these days, it's kind of what I like to call, maybe not just me, but the World of Warcraft factor, where if they can get you playing their game for a long time, the engagement rate goes up, the revenue goes up. So the sports games nowadays just have a ton more depth. Yep. Mutt, there's a ton of things to do in Mutt, ton of things to do in 2K. I'd imagine. I don't play the game. Ton of things to do in MLB, the show, NHL. The same. So they want to keep you on their game and their game only. So they put all these things into the game. They can add more things into the game because the memory storage is a lot higher. You know, they can give you downloadable content. They can give you all that stuff. So it's a goal of these developers for you not to buy other games and to spend the time on their game only. So that's my reaction. Texas, do you feel the same way?
I just think it's mostly because we're older and we're not kids anymore. And so when you're younger, you can do whatever you want because you don't have any responsibilities. Like now, as an adult, I don't have time to play 15 games. I can play 3. Like, I got too much stuff to do. And with YouTube being my main job and everybody wants to watch Madden, I don't have time to play games that I really like to play over Madden. Even though I like Madden a lot, it's just not my favorite type of game to play. And so it just comes down to time management and trying to work around your adult-like schedule.
What's your favorite game to play then, Texas?
Like, I love RPGs. I love my favorite game is real-time strategy. I like Command and Conquer, stuff like that.
What about Rome Total War? You ever play that?
I've not played that. What is that?
Dude, I suggest you not getting into it because you're going to lose days of your life.
Okay,
that
cool.
That was my favorite game back in the day.
I might have to check it out, though, because there's a game I played because I got into. I liked games growing up. My dad had a 64. I had a 64 growing up. I also had a Super Nintendo, and I used to play a lot of games on that, but I didn't really like play as much. And then I found a PC game. It was like Kohan, some Artemis Revenge, some weird game that was RTS, and I just played it over and over. It was just a demo, too. And I probably put at least like 30, 40 hours into the demo just trying to beat it. Like, I finally beat it. It was like, buy the game. I'm like, I don't know if I should buy the game right now. But it was, I enjoyed myself to the point where I like playing those games now, so.
Yeah. Yeah, Rome Total War is more of like a strategy slash real-time strategy kind of thing. There's like 2 different maps. But anyways, back to Mutt and whatnot. So what were you saying about 2K? What does 2K do better than Madden?
Well, I wouldn't say better. For me, it offers me a outlet to where I don't have to spend a lot of money to keep up with people. Of course, you have solo challenges, but Madden does not have that story mode to where like I can go and play my player, and I can bounce around and play the park. I can play Pro-Am. I can play my career. You know, just a bunch of stuff that I can do. A bunch of stuff that can waste my time without wasting my money. Of course, I love the open packs, but man, it digs deep into my pockets, man. Like it really does. But I mean, that's the only thing. It gives me and of course on Madden, I like playing the franchise mode, but I created Devin Wade, but it's lacking that it doesn't connect with me. I'm playing with Devin Wade. I took him to the franchise mode, but
the franchise mode is notoriously bad. Madden's neglected it for years. I heard on Twitter somebody listened to their earnings call. They're revamping franchise mode next year to monetize it a little bit more. So look for franchise mode next year to have improvements. Is basically what they said.
Interesting.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Then.
I mean, they've been saying that for a while. Though the only improvement they're gonna have next year is they're gonna do something that it was back in Madden like 12. And they're gonna bring it back. That's all they're gonna do. And I'm gonna hit them. Yeah. I'm waiting around for that yearly video for Gutfox. Franchise mode sucks because that's what's gonna happen next year.
We'll see. I hope I don't have to do it for too many more years, but I have a feeling I will. All right, so moving on.
Well, wait, real quick with 2K. The question you asked about what does 2K do better than Madden? 2K just has more fun than Madden. Like from the player and the looks and what their gear is, their tattoos, and then just the animations that you can run around with and do, and it just is more of a fun game. Whereas Madden kind of seems corporate, and 2K kind of seems like a fun time, a party in a sense. So I wish Madden would incorporate more stuff like that. Because like the celebration, for example, Like I'm pretty sure I saw Rex that they're gonna add celebrations to the game, but I don't think I've seen him. They actually add any celebration to the game yet.
He said it was gonna be 2 to 3 months, if I recall correctly.
It's been
into the game. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully get it soon, man, and hopefully they get the right guys down there to do it. Because 2K, they got all that on deck, and it's just fun when you're playing with your friends. Like imagine the Mutt squads being able to like. I don't know, run around and do the LeBron James cock your gun celebration after you score a touchdown. Like, and you can just trigger the animation yourself.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that same thing. Do you think they should make Mutt squads where you can customize your character?
If they were going to do Mutt squads like Vic wanted them to do, which was to have you create a character for franchise mode, you bring over the Mutt squads that you can use, quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end.
Yeah,
that'd be dope. But just give us celebrations. That way we can just taunt people after we score. It'd be just that. I think that would be a little more fun, just so that you can make your opponent even angrier for not playing a bot.
Yeah, bots feel no emotion, but that's half of ladder right now in Mutt squads. So J-Skill, do you like how they did Mutt squads then? I know you mentioned a little bit earlier, but do you have any improvements or any ideas that they could do on Mutt squads?
I don't play it that much. I mean, I played it when I was at E3. I like it. It just gives us something else to do other than, the regular Mutt stuff. But I mean, I don't have a strong opinion on it because I don't play it as much.
Okay, all right. So let's get into more Mutt news and stuff. Texas, you want to talk about the new Gauntlet?
The new Gauntlet Unleashed came out. Gauntlet Unleashed didn't come out today, but we got new Gauntlet solos that reward us some pretty decent corner awards, and we also get some packs and some trophies. But the main guy that came out today was the Ezekiel Unsa, right in for the Detroit Lions. 89 overall, good speed, great block shed. Great power move, actually. I'm sorry. Great power move. Block shed lacking at 81. But that card looks pretty amazing. So they're going to be... It's kind of weird because I thought they might add this at the end of the month. Like, start of October 1st. Their schedule is weird right now. I'm not too sure what they're doing. So I did not expect to get a new player today or a new set of solos today. But that's what we got.
Are you pleasantly surprised or disappointed?
I'm surprised, but I'm disappointed because I wanted them to add like 4 more players.
Yeah, only doing one.
Yeah, I thought it would like get 6 collectibles, 7 collectibles, 8 collectibles, 9 collectibles, 10 collectibles. Because if you guys have been playing your Gauntlet Unleashed solos every single week and getting the 3 collectibles you get, you should have a lot of collectibles still. So I thought they might at least try to reward the guys that are actually playing all those solo challenges. But it looks like we probably won't be seeing any 90, 91, 92 overall players for a while for free. Probably until sometime next month.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm cool with today, man. The coins is good. The rewards is good. I seen somebody pull a Earl Thomas out of their pack, so they're getting pretty lucky out of it. So
Are they NAT packs?
Of course they are. Like, there's no other packs in this game, bro. It's not 18.
It's so disappointing. J-Skill, what's your opinion on the Gauntlet solos if you check them out, or if or your opinion on NAT players?
I really don't have that big of an issue with the NAT. I mean, I understand it, but my issue with it. It seems like it's a way to control the market. But as far as the Gauntlet, I really haven't played it that much. The NAT players, I like them because I get them. It makes my team look good. But yeah.
Yeah. Me and Tex have been over NAT quite a few times, so we won't get back into that discussion. But just know we disagree with you on that one. All right. So, Texas, the Elite token set, the requirements of it went up.
Yes.
Was the community clamoring for a more expensive flashback set?
No, they were actually clamoring for the Elites to go down because they want to do these coaches and stuff like that. So for them making it more expensive, they not only messed the flashback setup, and we're probably not going to get a flashback this week, because they did say Flashback Friday is not going to be an every Friday occurrence. Then we got one that's this past weekend, which is kind of funny to me. Like, they don't know what they're doing. But with the coaches, for getting the, I guess, the tier 12 for the chemistry for the +1s, you gotta spend a lot of coins on it now. I did a video on the John Madden set breakdown, and if you get the John Madden, you gotta spend like 90s plus Elite tokens on it. And so imagine doing that thing right now. It's a lot of coins to put into a card that's probably going to be NAT. And so I really don't get why they're making it more expensive to do. Like, I thought what they'll keep doing is making like a revolving door around with the elite tokens where it'll just take 187 overall player, or it'll take 286s, and they'll keep doing it that way. That way they can kind of get rid of some of these NAT elites that we were getting out of the Gauntlet solos. But no, they decided to not only for the Gauntlet Unleash make the 86 NAT the minimum now, so that way you can't even put a free elite in that set. They made it more expensive by adding an extra 83 to 84 and an extra 81. So you got to spend an additional extra, what is that? Probably 8K for the 80 overall, and then probably about 13 to 14K for the 82. So extra basically 25K.
Yeah. Yeah.
So dumb.
I don't know what the point of that was, but maybe they just thought people were making too much money on the flashback cards, because those were actually pretty decent sets, weren't they?
And I think maybe they're mad too because of the fact that a lot of 80 overalls were going for a really fair price. Like that Cameron Wake's really good, but like usually 88s are going for over 200,000 coins unless they're fullbacks, and now Cameron Wake's going for less than fullbacks because nobody wants that card. So it kind of like messed the market up, and then in a sense where a lot of people's cards prices crashed that were 88 or better. If you had like a better halfback, like if you had a halfback that was like 87 or 88 or 89, and you got that Peterson, the market crashed on that. So I think that the market didn't react the way they wanted it to, so that's why they made it more expensive.
That makes sense. J Skill, did you want to say anything?
Nope, not at all. Not on that. Texas pretty much covered it all.
I thought I heard you want to say something. Okay, but yeah, for that, like the Kerrigan, who I did a review on today, very solid outside linebacker, only 100K for an 89. So I definitely believe what you're saying. Maybe they saw the market react to it and were like, screw them, let's make them higher priced. So we kind of get confirmation they like the high prices of these cards that are out there on the market right now, Texas.
Yeah, I mean, that makes the most sense because if the cards are high prices, people are more likely to buy packs now than to go somewhere else because it's probably better to stay in game, because if you pull that one card, you can make a lot of coins back. So if you pull like instead of before where AJ Boyer probably 300,000 coins, it'd be more expensive to just go out and buy coins to get him. Whereas now, if you pull him, he's like 1 million coins. So you make more coins back. So people are more enticed to actually spend money on packs since the return's there whenever you decide to sell cards back, whether you don't pull anything or with the elite cards that you pull.
Oh yeah, pack value right now is probably the best I've ever seen of any Madden at this point. With the high amount that golds are going for, buying those gold packs is
that's the move. And like, you don't buy packs of coins, Fox, but I'm here to tell you, man, like it might be the wave right now because I dropped $1 million on those packs and I got 1.2 million back. So,
jeez, nice, Tex. That's a pretty good return. Yeah, it takes a little while to sell them all, but
silvers especially. But once you
silvers are
people
slow.
they're buying them though. Even though there's a pack in the store that they're going for that are better to buy than buying it off the market. But I'll take it. I'll take the guys that don't know about that pack right now and let them keep buying my cards up for the same price.
Yeah, same thing happened with Baby Goats, whereas that pack that you could buy cheaper than you could get them off the market. All right, so moving on to limited time cards now. This is something that I thought EA did a very good job with in 17. Give us a lot of limited time cards, things to pull packs for, but they seem to have gotten away from it. This past Thursday, we got Thursday Night Game limited time cards. Texas, do you want to go into that and your opinion on them?
Yeah, so we got a Frank Gore, and we also ended up getting, what's that one boy's name? Robert Quinn, limited time 91 overall cards that were popping out of everybody's weekend league pack except for the guys that actually plays top 100. How funny is that? How funny is that? Like y'all out here grinding, get these wins, and then I seen like 4 people pull out of super player packs. Like Jesus,
jeez.
Dude got like 10 wins and got more coins than the guy that won 25-0. Anyway, I'm sorry about the hot shucks, but I'm actually pretty happy that they added them. Like I didn't really care for limited time cards, but the way these ones popped out of packs, like it actually seemed like it was not as bad as it was in years past. Like I'm used to when they put limited time cards in packs where I can pull 1 million coins, 2 million coins, and not even get anything remotely close to making my coins back. And it seemed like a lot of people were pulling these cards. So if they're gonna make these odds like that, where they'll be in packs for one day and get them while it getting's good, I'm here for it. So hopefully we'll see some more this Thursday. We got the Bears versus the Packers, so we'll probably see we're talking about this at Skype. Brandon Marshall for the Bears, and then for the Packers, probably like a Clay Matthews or a Jordy Nelson. More than likely. That's what I'm thinking, because I don't know what else they can do for the Bears. Like Jay Cutler. Y'all want Jay Cutler?
On the Bears? He's a Dolphin, ain't he?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, Frank Gore is a Colt, and he was on the 49ers, so they just basically put guys that were there.
Oh, that's true.
So, Yeah,
yeah, J Skill, what's your opinion on limited time cards? And is that something that was way back in the day? Did they have a lot of limited time cards or not?
Nah, our thing back in the day was 99 overalls. So that was our thing. Like opening packs and getting 2 or 3 99s in one pack. That was our thing. So the limited times, I like them. I actually really do like them. It gives us something to do. You know, like it's like a spur of the moment. Like, and I'm a 49ers fan, so seeing Frank Gore was like, okay, let's do this. Frank Gore, yeah, I'm about to go open up some packs. But I just wonder how they're going to choose these players. You know what I mean? Frank Gore was like out of the blue. I mean,
yeah.
I was like, how and why they chose Frank Gore? Is this... I think
he's the only guy that actually probably deserves 9 overall. He's probably not going to get a high overall card this entire year.
I think if they're going to do that...
He better get it. He's on my fantasy team.
He's on mine too.
I mean, Luck may not play this season, apparently, according to some reports. So, like, I feel like they just chose guys that are probably not going to get upgraded throughout the year, and so that's what goes on with that. Like,
EA really loves Adrian Amos, and I love him because he's fast. Although he's free safety.
Well, he has a power up set though, so if he has a limited time card, I'm kind of pissed. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, true. Do you think they're not going to give those power up cards limited time cards?
Well, they will because EA and and they don't.
How are they
going to
do that then?
They just won't power it up. So what will happen because you can't collect limited time cards apparently. Like there's some weird rule. Cause I was like, how come you can't milestone limited time pulls? Like it was so annoying last year that people who did the set version of the Legends had better version. You know, they had like one less speed in there, but they had better chemistries to match up with your team. Whereas if you pull the limited time version, obviously it's going for a lot more, but you can't milestone it, and I didn't understand that, so I don't think they'll be able to collect those cards. I would like for them to be able to let us do that. So if Adrian Amos does get a 91 overall, and then you do pull it, and you want that 92 NAT on your team, that's going to be the best safety in the game, and he's probably going to have 91 zone, though, because he likes to troll like that. That'll be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Or 90 zone, not 91. 90 zone is probably what they end up having, not 90.
I would like, if they're going to keep doing these limited time on Thursday nights, that they pick a player that's actually on the team. I mean, of course, it'd be cool to always get the same good players, but, you know, give someone else a shot. Like, if there's a player that's doing all right and he's on the Jaguars or the Bears, pick one of those guys. I mean, of course, it might be kind of hard, but that's just my opinion on it.
No, it's a valid opinion, and I think it's something they're going to try to do. But like what Texas said, maybe they're not necessarily on the team at the time when they're picked. So
I wouldn't mind if they did Legends though. Like they just did Legends, so that way they don't have to worry about giving these cards upgrades throughout the year. So let's say Frank Gore goes off for 5 touchdowns next week. How's that going to work with Team of the Week?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how's that going to work?
I don't think he'll get a Team of the Week card, though.
I don't think he will either, even though he probably deserves one, but it won't get one though. So if they just do Legends, or because apparently there's a lot of Legends in Madden this year, so they could probably make that work.
There's what Legends?
A lot of Legends in Madden this year.
Oh yeah, I'm loving it. We'll talk. Let's actually get into Legends right now. The limited time talk on those cards kind of bleeds into Legends. So they're not doing limited time Legends this year, and it kind of makes the Legends market pretty terrible over the weekend. Like, one of my favorite players of all time came out this past weekend, Jerome Bettis, and I was looking at it like, do I want to pay close to 2 million coins for this running back when I already have 2 non-auctionable tradable running backs that are like top tier backs, and then Adrian Peterson too? And I'm like, no. I feel like I should, but I don't want to. So the way they've done legend packs this year with those fantasy legend packs, it's really kind of made the legend market terrible. They come out of packs very rarely. In my opinion, I think it's a step down from last year's legends and how they did them. What are your guys' opinions on legends this year? Like, for me personally, I love the players that they've got in the game this year. The names they have are the best, in my opinion, that I've seen in quite some time. What do you guys think, J-Skill?
I like the legends. I like the amount of legends we have, but just like you said, I mean, the value of them is not there. But yeah, I like them, but it's just the value is not there for the cards.
Gotcha. Texas?
Like, obviously, with what they're doing, like, it's an issue because even like last year, I want to say it wasn't great, but at least you can go to the auction block and see the full version up. Whereas this year, we are not seeing a lot of the full versions. They pretty much just copied what the packs were last year, too. Not the packs, but like the set style with the collectibles, basically, which are the lower tier players for the high tier one. And so I don't know why they keep dropping legends and then nobody can get these legends unless you pull the full version of it, which is like one person out of probably 400,000 people that play this game. So it kind of sucks because I really wanted to look at that Jerome Bettis, and then I can't even like get to play with him because I'm pretty sure Draft Champion's not updated anyway, so I can't get over in Draft Champions if I wanted to play with him. So I'm just kind of stuck just looking at this guy's card and like I don't even know how he plays unless I can borrow him from a friend or pull him out of a pack. And then on top of that, the Jerome Bettis, they didn't even give him 91 juking. I don't get it. Like, I thought that they weren't doing the thing that they were doing. They decided to put all his points in trucking, which makes sense, but like you can't give me a 90 overall, the 89 juking, 89 trucking, and then the 92 comes out. It has 89 juking but 94 trucking. I'm kind of mad at that.
Yeah. They didn't do him great. They didn't give him enough agility, in my opinion, either, because he's so good going side to side. So I don't know. We've expressed our displeasure with it. I really hope it's changes going forward. I guess I'm looking forward to Jerome Bettis' Ultimate Legend or whenever his next card is, because that's probably about when most people can afford this regular Legend one.
That's probably what's going to happen. I saw somebody said that on Twitter that EA should repackage these Legends and call them Ultimate Tickets because nobody's pulling them out of packs. Like, these things are stupid rare.
I said today, I don't know which has a higher supply of these cards on the block. The one person that pulls it out of packs or the one person that wins EA's giveaway for these legends.
There's probably the person who wins the giveaway.
Yeah,
I feel like EA.
There's like two of them. Yeah.
I feel like EA does more customer service grants on this card than they actually do people pulling it out of packs.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. But anyways, moving on. Hey, Jessica, what do you think about Weekend League and that addition to Mutt? Is that a kind of a cool thing? Have you tried it out at all?
Nope, not really interested in it. I think it's a cool for those that like to play, I wouldn't say competitively or like to be competitive and play against a lot of people. I guess it's cool for them, but I'm not really into the competitive side, sweating and like, man, I hope I get this first down. I was more on the side of playing with friends, so I like the idea. I think it's cool. Anything added to a game, sometimes in my opinion, is pretty cool, but for me, it's like especially with that whole disconnect glitch and all of that mess, that kind of ruined it. But
yeah, on Xbox One, I really haven't run into the disconnect glitch that much. I think people have tried it on me, but it's failed them, and they've gotten a loss on it. So that's something I think that was mainly PS4. But other people on Xbox, I got in the comment section of one of my, may have been a podcast a little bit ago, saying it's actually happened to them on Xbox. So when I said it hasn't happened to me, that's just my personal experience, and it might not represent everybody. Yeah, Texas, have you been DC glitched?
No, I know not this year. I've been DC glitched in the past. I know Steph got a glitch. He was 25-0, but he lost one due to a disconnect. And so he was talking about that the other day. So I've been disconnected in a while though. Like, I'm not that good at the game, so I mean, I'm fine, I'm okay, but I don't think I'm playing these guys that are like mad they can't beat me, so they disconnect me. Like, I'll lose to guys I should beat, and I'll win against guys I should lose against. So it's just a weird system about it. But I'm hoping I don't get disconnected ever, because that'd be kind of terrible. I mean, I'd be kind of fun to get that guy banned, but I'll feel bad.
Yeah,
though.
like
I will feel really bad.
I saw another person I think post on the subreddit that they got banned. They got a message from EA saying they were cheating. So they're still handing out bans for that disconnect glitch. So don't try that at home, kids.
You gotta be careful too, because I seen my buddy got in trouble. He wasn't disconnecting anybody at all. He actually they tried to disconnect him, and then he ended up getting a win for them trying to disconnect him, and he ended up getting his account suspended. So
really,
yeah. So I don't know their process, and now maybe my buddy's lying to me, but if he's telling the truth, that's kind of despicable. They're like, oh, somebody tried to disconnect against you, and then you got the win, so therefore you're doing it, and then just banned him, or suspended him.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah. But kind of funny if
bad.
somebody's able to figure out how to get other people's accounts suspended.
Right?
That would be brutal.
That would be.
Yeah. All right, moving on. So let's talk a little bit about competitive Madden and it as an esport. Jessica, you're from the era of competitive Madden being kind of big, and then it died out for a few years. Now it's back in full force with EA fully supporting it 110%. And they got an AMA coming up this week. Just want to shout that out on the subreddit on Thursday. Texas, are you going to ask any questions in that AMA?
Nah, I don't care about competitive play. I mean, I probably should get in there and ask a couple questions. Like, I don't know, when you're gonna update draft champions, there's some things that actually concern me. But yeah. I don't really care about competitive, so I probably will just look at the answers and see people have to ask and go from there.
Yeah, I feel like you're like most of the community with that, but most people only care about their own game. What about you, J-Skill? Do you care about competitive Madden?
I care because it helps promote the game. I don't care. I don't really watch them guys play because sometimes a lot of their games are a snooze fest. But and that's just because it's running the same play over and over and over and over and over again.
Yep.
But I care because it promotes and helps the game grow.
But taking those two statements, I think that's why I said a lot of the community feels very similar to Texas, and they don't really care because it's a lot of the same plays run over again. Like you say it helps promote the game, but does it when most of the community sees competitive Madden as just who can run the stinkiest cheese, who can spam the one play that's overpowered the most? Do you think that actually harms its image?
It does. I think competitive gaming, if done right, and if they promote it right and do the right stuff, they can actually use it to help promote the game better. But when you're watching on NFL Network and you're seeing such and such versus such and such, and you see the same play over and over and over again, you're just waiting for someone to make a mistake. It's like, you get tired of it. But
yeah,
there are things they need to do to fix that. So.
Yeah, they're trying to work on balance, but it's an uphill battle when the game's so complicated and certain people can just spam something and be so effective with it. But I see what you're saying. Texas, I guess, what do you think they can do to improve competitive Madden and the viewership for it?
Well, I think they're going to do a good job this year with the Madden drops. Like, my guess is you're going to see people go into those streams, and there's going to be a pack that can give you like maybe a legend. They're going to do stuff like that. That's my guess. They're going to give away stuff. They're going to give you some free swag away. And that's how you drive viewership for anything, where it's podcast, radio, giving away something for free, getting people in the building, and then hoping they stay.
Yeah, and don't forget to listen to our podcast because we're giving away a Ferrari, right?
Yes, a Ferrari at episode 1 million. So stay tuned for that, guys.
Yeah, you got to watch every week, though.
Every week, you got to send us a tweet of you watching every single week for 1 million episodes.
Yeah,
free Ferrari. So, we got you.
Without ad block on.
There it is, J-Skill. I got it. Love it. On iTunes, you got to rate us every week under different accounts.
You also got to send us a letter every month letting us know how awesome we are, if you don't mind. You don't have our address, though. Just send it to us, though. Just send it to Texas Boy, and he'll probably find a way to me.
So, yeah. The U.S. mail is pretty good with that. On that, with competitive Madden, like, so basically, I put out something on Twitter saying the toss just won this last tournament this last weekend. There was a challenger event, and then I have been shredded by stretch in online play. So it seems like the new meta is evolving, because cover 4 is very good against the run, but not against outside runs. So it seems like the outside, the tosses, the stretches, other things like that, because the juke, the spin especially, is so powerful this year and really hard to make people pay. Like the juke, you can make people pay by cut sticking them, but the spin, it doesn't feel that way. So are you ready for a new toss overlord, Texas?
Not really. Like, outside runs is just annoying to stop, especially because you guys are probably playing in ranked teams, right? And so
they were this past week. Yep.
Yeah, so Mutt is not going to be like that because you can go get high block shit cornerbacks, Rodney Harrison, put back corner. You can make adjustments to put guys out there that'll actually stop the run, or at least hopefully will stop the run. But man, like, that's kind of crazy that some dude just found like some good run blocking receivers and just kept throwing toss the entire time, because in reg teams that allows you to do that. So hopefully that's just a reg team thing. But I do know stretches and outside runs are the bee's knees, since everybody is out here running cover 4. I know my Wildcat eats against cover 4. It just kind of sucks if your guy doesn't block a dude. If your guy misses a block, you hit the backfield. But if he hits the block, you're going for a 6. And so it's kind of inconsistent at times, unfortunately, for me to get consistent results out of it. But I'm hoping that they can, I don't know, maybe if you keep doing that, people will get out of that coverage and go to 4-4. Because that's how I stop outside runs, is 4-4.
Yeah, I think that's what I've been told by a few people. J-Skill, what's your experience right now with they say the meta of Madden?
Here is what I don't know if you all ever talked about this, but I would like to see to where if someone is running the same play over and over again, there is like a play recognition type ordeal where like pops up and say they're going to run this. Like but if you commit to that, you leave yourself open for something else. But there should be a way, because there's no way in the actual NFL someone can run the same play over and over again without the linebacker reading it and able to hit the gap and actually stopping that play. So if there's going to be a play running over and over again, there should be something to where it says this person is about to run stretch. Do you want to commit to this stretch play? Yes. And that means it's going to be all out HELL, and they're going to go after that person because they know the play is about to come. But if that person decides to audible out that and you do that, it leaves yourself open for a play action or a slant pass or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, they have something like that in the game with run commit, and I even against that guy, like a couple guys that have stretched against me, I ran commit right. He ran a stretch right. He'd still gain. I think one of them he actually scored a touchdown on me off of it for a good amount, or he'd get like 5 to 10 yards. Like I could run commit. So that your suggestion is great. Yeah. The problem is the tools they have to implement it just don't work as it
they're
is.
bad tools.
Yeah.
They're tool like they brought a screwdriver and needed a hammer. That's what happened. They didn't. They're not equipped with it. I saw a guy on Twitch. He said he ran commit and then they scored a touchdown. He got up out of his chair with a bat and started hitting shit. So like this is how frustrating this game is.
To be fair, he was in like a dollar set against an I form. So I'm fine with that. Yeah, if you're in a dollar set against somebody in I form, they told you're going to pay the price for it. But no, I was in the 44. If I know exactly what he's going to do, if I know he's run committing or if he's running right and I call run commit right, I know maybe it's not like the most realistic that you're going to shut down something 100%, but this is a game. There should be counters in this game to everything they have. So I don't know. That was a frustrating experience. In my opinion. So it is what it is. They currently can't make it work.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they will something. I mean, if that's why that's why I'm a big fan. Like awareness don't mean anything, flag don't mean anything, because like I feel like they have high awareness. I know it's coming. I got the awareness. How my team don't know it's coming though?
Exactly.
Like why are these AI not able to realize? Like, I play CPU games all the time, and like I'll die or restart, and I'm like, all right, the chick's gonna be in the corner right here. I get to the corner. She's not in the corner. She's behind me now because they have adaptable AI and they can just mess you over. How does Madden not have that yet? Like, how are these, like, how is AI Madden so bad that there's other games that are older than Madden that can do stuff like that? Now, Left 4 Dead was all about that. That was like their biggest selling point.
Yeah, adaptable AI, like, even Halo in 2001, I remember being praised for how good its enemies reacted and like the small grunts, if they were alone, they'd run away. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough, but, you know, it's doable. I got no response to that, actually. J-Skill, anything?
No, none.
Yeah. So you generally agree with the adaptable AI is kind of needed in this game?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only I know Rex is actually, somebody asked him about that, and Rex responded with, well, we don't want to make an adaptable AI because we don't want players doing something different from what they're told on the field. Like, say, if I set that player into a certain zone and he adapts differently, then that's going to create frustration for the player. What do you think about that? Texas,
you know what's funny about that? Because like I've seen so many guys put dudes in purples, and then they go to the middle of the field. Like you put a guy in a purple or a cloud flat, and then he'll run to the middle of the field. So they do that already. Just make it a thing. Let's put it. Like I don't understand that excuse when I could go look at clips of people setting their guys to do one specific task, and they don't do that task. Or they do something completely different in the first place. Like I hate that excuse. That's not a valid reason not to have it in the game. Because
so there are certain,
automatically do that right now.
With the purple routes, there are certain. It depends on what the coverage is behind them, and they're not perfect on coverages yet, but they're trying to get close to them. Like with the purple routes, if you're in like a cover 3 blitz, that's gonna switch to a man coverage behind. If it's like a spread concept, it's gonna be so your purple routes will switch over to man on people breaking certain ways. So like zone rules are written specifically, not always correctly. Like if anybody watches NYKia or anything online, he talks about football concepts a lot. He's very like into that kind of stuff and how Madden is supposed to work versus like a deep corner against a cover 3. In Madden it works. In football, that cover 3 corner is picking that ball and taking it back because a cover 3 corner is supposed to sit on a deep corner and that's his job, is to pick that. So and other things like the purple routes, like seam flats. Seam flats don't play seams. They're stupid.
They don't.
A cover 3 Mabel doesn't play like a cover 3 Mabel. You know, remember the old cover 2 Buster? Hey, NYK was just talking about this today. The cover 2 Buster that was in the game last year, or was that 2 years ago now? They took it out of the game because it just didn't perform like a cover 2 Buster. So like it was supposed to. And NYK actually took credit for that, for getting on the developers about the cover 2 Buster. Anyway, so this adaptable AI is so far down the road because they just need to get their zones to play properly and to adjust to what we want them to stop. So like if the Madden developers say purple zones are supposed to stop corner routes, which they've said, that actually has to happen. It doesn't happen frequently enough. But that, I guess it's the whole Madden thing versus football thing and how close to a simulation we want it, because a lot of people want it really close to simulation versus a lot of people want it like I said earlier with the counters versus counters. Like if I put a corner flat out there, that's supposed to take care of the corner than the flat. And I guess that's my whole thing on route concepts. Texas?
Like, I mean, all that makes sense, but it's still Madden. And I just think that if a guy is running the same thing over and over again, like, the AI should adapt to that. But just going back to the coverage stuff and looking at it from the videos and the edit stuff, there's a clip that I can probably show you where Verrett's in a purple. I do a hard flat to go to cloud flat, since that's the best way to get to play out routes. It says purple routes don't cover out routes. I don't know why, considering he's in that zone. Cloud flats do. But this dude completely abandoned his zone and went to the middle of the field and got a pick. Like, I don't know how that's possible. He just said F it and just ran from his zone. So the zones don't work right, and I just think that they should probably, maybe adaptive AI might be the fix if they can just adjust on the fly. The defense is already hard this year, though, so it might not be actually worth doing that.
It's the weirdest thing. So your guy got to pick on that. I was actually looking through Chris Harris Jr. footage yesterday while I'm trying to assemble the review, and I had him in a deep third in like I think it was a cover 3, and my opponent ran like a streak route on the outside and maybe like a post or something in the middle, and he picked the post off, and I'm like, what happened if the opponent took the streak on that? I was like, well, it worked out, but I guess like maybe the computer is. Yeah, he just reacted.
Yeah, it's like but it's just so broken though, because like if he threw a touchdown on you there, you'd be pissed. Like, why aren't you playing his own?
But he didn't throw touchdowns. So I'm like, what do I do? Like, was he just that smart? Yeah.
So it's like it's in the game. It seems like occasionally, but then you got moments where you can put a guy in a perfect zone and you know where the ball is going, and he just doesn't play it. He just does not play it. So it's
I hate the lack of animations. J Skill, have you run into that where like they throw out one of your opponent or one of your players, you click on, you hit the button, and then just nothing happens on your side, and he makes a play?
Yeah, just go back over what all you all said. I agree on all of that. I just wish that if I know someone is running the same passing route, that of course maybe I don't want the AI to make the decision on their own and just say, well, yeah, I'm gonna just run freely and cover this tight end because here comes this route. But maybe if I can like pick it or choose and say, hey, he's about to run this play, he's about to throw it to this tight end or throw to this wide receiver. Make sure you cover that. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know how to counter all of this. I mean, again, it goes back to the whole simulation football. How much of it do you want? So,
yeah.
I want simulation. So I played CFM, and like, I'm not that angry at sim mode. And actually, I think it plays better than competitive mode. Whoa. But it's. If against another user, like it's ratings matter. Like,
it does.
Ratings matter. And whereas competitive mode, where I've seen guys with Khalil Mack not actually be able to block. I mean, get block shit against the goal right tackle. And so like the equalizer factors in with mud and draft champions and with mud squads. Whereas with sim mode over in CFM, like it's rated. I mean, maybe sliders are playing factor as well there, but like it seems like if you don't have a good team, you're not going to be able to do anything, which is how it should be.
Yeah, I put together a review on Mac. I haven't made it live, but I was very disappointed with his production.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you port his stats over into CFM, he's going to be the best defensive player of all time. But for some reason, competitive mode, like the equalizer's back. I don't know. We ain't talking about it much, but man, like it's back. It's back because I see more people. It has to be, or it probably never left. Really, it probably was just sitting back hiding, and then like we all forgot to talk about it, and then now we're bringing it back up. That's probably what happened with it. But I'm looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, bro, this dude should be dominating, especially against gold linemen. Like elite linemen, maybe occasionally, depending on if they have low pass block or low run block. But the dude was not doing anything for us on MUT squads to the point where people are just rushing through people. They just gave up. They're like, F it, block shed's terrible. I'm just going to rush through people. And then hopefully one of these guys gets block shed.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's going to take like 8 seconds to do it. I think quarterbacks have a lot of time in the pocket in Madden, much more than in the NFL. J Skill, what's your opinion? Let's go with the equalizer first. What's your opinion on the equalizer? Is it real?
I don't have no opinion on the equalizer, but I just quickly on the whole, because I play a lot of connected franchise mode, and I played on all Madden and Sim, and my quarterback is trash, and I'm pretty sure and I see a lot of things in connected franchise mode that I know that would not happen in MUT, but it is an unbalance in my opinion as far as between the both, as far as the gameplay and the ratings, in my opinion.
Okay. So all right. I don't know. Do you think they need to up the pass rush in Madden, J Skill?
That's tricky because then are people going to try to abuse it with like blitzes? I mean, I don't know. See, the thing is with these ratings, right? You have someone with a pass block, someone with the ability to rush, and I understand what you're saying with the elite versus a gold, but how often are they supposed to get by? Or is it if you control that person, do you have a better chance at getting by them?
I think so.
By pressing the X, the A, the timing, whereas the computer is not able to make that decision as quickly as you would if you're playing at lineman. So maybe that's it. Maybe they want you to play the lineman a whole lot more. Maybe that's it.
That's probably the case. Yeah. I mean, they got the snap came in the game for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. They did say, Rex said before this year that they turned down how good user defensive linemen are. But it doesn't seem to me to be that way, just based on my MUT squad experience and going against people user D-lining. It gets home in like 2 seconds. So they don't want people using the D-line. They try to nerf it, but it doesn't seem like they really were successful in that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think they were either, because I see D-line users all over, and they can control the game of MUT squads if they... And it doesn't matter who they're going against. They go against a secure protector guy, and they can literally force you out of the pocket. Vic has one of the best lines I've played with. He's my quarterback in MUT squads. He's always running for his life against a D-line user, no matter if it's Reggie White or a guy out here using Cliff Averill. Like, he just constantly gets pressure consistently. And so it's... I guess it's a counter-target passing, so that way you can't just sit in the pocket the entire time. But I feel like if a guy is out here rushing, like if you got like Khalil Mack, who's a 93 overall, best defensive end in the game rating wise, and he's going against a goal tackle, that should be a 70 to 80% win rate every single time. Because you got to punish your opponent. Your opponent can beat you 20%. He can't consistently block you the entire game. Like, that's what goes on with this game if you don't use him. If you don't use him, he consistently can just sit back there with his linemen and just block you the entire time, where, like, what's the point of getting this guy if I can't get to the quarterback every, like, 4 plays or every 3 plays?
I definitely agree. Or at least put pressure on him, because Mac's constantly pressuring quarterbacks. If not getting that snack, then yeah, he's definitely on them. And then that's even with like chip blocks and stuff too. All right, so moving on from stats not mattering, because I still think the D-line is a little underpowered, at least on pass rushes. But the thing is, like, all right, one more comment. I think the pass rush is tuned down in Madden because people complain about not having enough time in the pocket, and they call them, like, bullshit block sheds and stuff, and that ruined my day because they got a block shed, a random block shed ruined it. I'm like, but that's football. All right, but moving on. That's my final point on that.
And the random block shed doesn't make sense. Just go get a secure protector guy. And also, it only makes sense if you got, like, I guess they get mad when it's bad people doing it. But if I got Khalil Mack, I need the instant block shed.
Oh,
like,
totally.
I mean, I need an instant block. If I'm going against a guy with 75 pass block, I need an instant block shit.
Yeah. All right, so we talked a little about competitive Madden. I have a note about competitive fairness, but I don't know what that was about. Oh, yeah, about Texas. You want to talk about Sly's video on the New York tournament?
The New York tournament. So this is all hearsay, but I'm going to preface that before I get into this. So this may not be actually accurate, but this is what the guy's description was of it. Hello? Hey, kennel. Sorry. Go to the kennel.
Texas is talking to his imaginary friend.
Yeah, go to the kennel. Go to the kennel. They're good all day. They start fighting mid-video. I'm sorry about that, audience. I'm sorry. But
no,
the New York tournament,
it's cute. We like it, Texas.
You like to hear the dogs in the kennel?
Yeah.
Get back in there. All right. But so in New York, apparently a guy who doesn't really have like a place in the competitive community was trying to qualify to at least get to one of these competitive tournaments. And from his experience, he didn't understand why he was and everybody else that was new there was getting matched up on purpose with other guys that are known in the community where it was supposed to be random. At least that's what he believes it was supposed to be. And so he was wondering, how is this fair if I come out here and I'm trying to play this game and try to qualify and you put me up against the best player because the best player acts specifically for these specific individuals to play against. So he didn't understand how is that fair. And so if that's what they're doing at the competitive tournaments, it may not be the best thing to go to them if you don't have any footing in the community, because it won't be fair at all if you kind of are getting, I don't want to say profiled, but you're getting matched against guys that know that they can beat you.
Yeah, because your road is so much tougher
Exactly.
than everybody else. Yeah. So what do you think about that, J-Skill?
I think it sucks. I mean, it's like you're setting it up so that you can have your top players play against each other for ratings, where, I mean, it's not fair, and it sucks. I don't like it.
Yeah.
If it is true. If it is true.
The thing is, like, if so this guy that organizes the tournament, I know a lot of people complain about him, and he actually ended up copywriting 2 videos from FSN Holden on he broke down the tournament and what people were using, and he sent out YouTube copyright notices against them, which was kind of a shitty thing to do and completely against the law. Yeah, but that's like trying to take down H3H3's video, and you just can't do that for somebody that's creating what's the word for it, derivative content or their own content based off it. But anyways, so this guy himself is a pretty shitty tournament organizer, from what I've heard on Twitter, from what Joke would say, and I think Serious Mo complains about him. So that's just something that's this one guy.
Okay.
And it's not like EA specifically, because they use these third parties to organize this. But apparently the Vegas tournament went really well. But with competitive Madden, we've seen collusion in the past. Last year's, was it the second tournament that was it? Dubby threw a game in order to get his friend into the next round. But so it's happened in the past, and it's competitive stuff. EA just needs to work on it. Their competitive division is facing a lot of growing pains, we'll put it. But you can ask all about that in the AMA on Thursday on the subreddit. So we'll see about that going forward with the competitiveness. So J-Skill, before this, you talked about EA jobs and how do people get them there. Do you want to explain a little bit about that whole process?
I kind of also want to touch on the whole why EA is failing on the competitive, far as like things they should have done early on and still can do. Basically, EA does not have a face. Just like Call of Duty, they have these guys that people can relate to. Of course, we have problem. Really don't like name dropping, but I wouldn't say that's it. But these guys that are competitive gamers, they are not like brand recognized. Like, they're just not that big name. But I mean, that's a whole nother long story, and probably can talk about that later. But as far as jobs, getting a job with EA, I found, and just to give it a little bit of history, I think maybe a year and a half ago, there were a few jobs that opened up through EA, and these jobs are open to everyone. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. You can go, I think it's like eajobs.com or something like that. But it's there. They have to post the jobs, so you can apply. But then you start questioning, are you really going to get the job? Because you look at, and I'm not saying that these people are not qualified or these people does not deserve the job, but I'm pretty sure the questions is out there. Like, do I have to be a game changer? Do I have to go through Mudhead, or do I have to be friends with this person? It might help, but I can't say that's the actual answer. But you can apply for the job. It's going to be hard. If you're not a game changer, if they don't know who you are, it's going to be hard for you to actually get that job. I didn't get it, even though I know people within the company. I reached out to people within the company and asked for advice on what should I add to the resume, on what should I do. Didn't get no reply. It kind of sucked because I was ready to go in there with ideas. I had a list of things I wanted to work on, to change, to help make better. But I got overlooked, and this other person got the job, and it's like over a year and a half ago. So if you do want a job at EA, you can apply, but it's going to be hard because you're going to have to put experience on your resume, and it's kind of hard to see you have experience in Madden competitive gaming, and you really don't do nothing in Madden competitive gaming.
So what you're saying is become a competitive Madden player to help get a job there? So
there's ways to do it. You're going to have to either go the route of being like a YouTuber and posting a lot of tip videos, a lot of videos so that they know who you are, someone that they can go to for advice. Show that you know what you're talking about within the game. So if you're going to take the YouTuber route, make sure that you're going to have a lot of tip videos on stuff in the game itself.
So like kind of what S. Gibbs and Z Farrells did.
Yeah.
Not like me and Tex, where Texas promotes coin and I leak inside information about EA. Don't do that if you're a YouTuber.
That's helpful though.
Don't do that. There was a thing back in the day where we thought it was like a blacklist, and I thought I was on this blacklist too, where you were blackballed from EA from getting support, help, retweets, anything. And it looks like that list is slowly breaking apart, because I thought I was on a blacklist a long time ago because I was a rebel and I said a lot of things that maybe I wouldn't say I regret, because I said it from a fan standpoint to where I thought I was right. But I'm not going to say you have to suck up to get the job, but just look at the people who already have a job with EA and maybe try to copy what they have done. Look at if there's any internships at Mudhead. Try to make tip videos or try to get in a competitive scene. Game changer. Hey, that's a good one. A good way to get in there. But if you're just a regular, go ahead.
Be one of the good game changers too. Don't be like there's different levels of game changers. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. At EA Play, there were game changers that got flown in and also got to stay in a hotel and got chartered in buses. And there were a lot, from Star Wars to Madden to Live to Sims. Like, a lot of these guys came in. They were staying at these nice hotels, they had these crazy parties. And then there were game changers that had to pay their own way, and they had to pay for a hotel, but also got into the event for free. So try to be one of the top tier game changers. That way you don't got to spend a lot of your own money.
So how many hand jobs do you have to give away to be top tier?
I don't know, man. I saw some chick with 0 views on her channel get a game changer spot, so probably a lot.
Gotcha.
And normally I don't.
What if can I give few away if they're higher quality though?
Higher quality?
Yeah. What if
it's like a massage session?
Yeah.
Like oils and stuff. You massage your body, then you go right into a happy ending style.
Yeah. Yeah. Will that help me maybe do just fewer of them, or do you need to do a certain quantity of them, no matter how rough they are?
I don't know. You should ask Matt Wieners that question. I don't know. Shots fired! Bow! Bow!
Damn.
Bow!
All right, sorry. All right, we got the hand job joke out of the way. Jay Skills, you were saying something?
One last thing. No, I don't name drop, but I reached out to Problem. Me and Problem had a conversation. And I'm not going to go into depth as to, because I do a lot of stuff through the DM. And
the DMs.
I don't really say word for word what I talk about my DM because I hold it sacred. It's like a business. But when you talk to someone and you're trying to relay an idea to say, hey, you can't just be the only guy. You have to try to coach some of these other competitive guys to get them to maybe, I wouldn't say the level you're at, because if you look at the competitive players, like he's like the only one that's verified. I think it's like maybe one or two more sponsorships. And there were a time when you look at these guys on NFL Network, they had on a black T-shirt. Problem had on his jersey. It's like a big, huge disconnect there. It's like, why are you on it with a black T-shirt, but this guy is getting money, getting sponsorships, and getting deals, and you're lost in the sauce, and you're just happy to be there. So I spoke. Go ahead.
No, I'll let you finish before I answer my question.
I spoke to him about that, and I was basically trying to say that it's not going to get better if you're the only one and it's not growing. So there are things you can do to maybe do this and do that to make this person that just won, put him on to get him to another level, and then it grows. But yeah, that didn't. That went in one ear and out the other. So
wait, what do you mean by that?
So it's like this, right? It's like when you look at Call of Duty, you have these teams. You have Optic Gaming, you have FaZe, but when you look at Madden competitive gaming, you have like just one or two people. When you have someone that you can compete on that level where you can relate to and they have just as much as you, it makes it a whole lot better and everyone grows. Call of Duty grew because of the teams and the people where they were at, the status, the optic, the phase, the competitiveness, the sponsorships, the deals. When you have one person raking in all the money and everyone else is sitting there with their hands crossed, happy just to get a free game, it doesn't really go anywhere, in my opinion. Yeah. Maybe I was wrong.
Well, all right, there's a few things there. In my opinion, where do I start? All right, Call of Duty grew those guys more than those guys grew Call of Duty by leaps and bounds. Optic, whatever. I'm not that big in the competitive community for Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty quite a bit, but I never heard of anybody in the Call of Duty competitive scene until I started paying attention to the Madden competitive scene and everybody compared the two. So I don't get the point that why do people need sponsorships? Why is it all about selling out these days? Why is that a look of a champion of why is going to a scene with a black shirt a black mark in your eyes?
Well, it's not a black mark. In my eyes, I want these guys to be the best that they can be and get the most out of every opportunity. There are going to be companies out there that are going to take advantage of every single person they see. They're going to give you pennies to the dollar. Hey, do this. We'll give you $5 when you're worth more. These players been on national television. They're worth a whole lot more than what they think and what they know. But yet they don't know, which is a lack of information. So yet they're just stuck with the same old, well, I'm just going to do this for free. I'm just going to do this and do that. Whereas I'm not saying a sponsorship should make that person better, but it's so that they can get more out of their opportunity, because it's not to say that they're going to be there next year or the year after that. So make the most of your opportunity, listen to the information, and grow with it, because you can be on there with sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts and getting a paycheck, because if they're going to eat off of you, you need to eat off of them. Just my opinion.
Yeah, about the teams, I know there was a pretty I guess not public, but Lionel used to have a thing with Madden going on, so and Problem, they used to have like some sort of website where they sold ebooks for $80 or whatever, and that fell through this year. So Lionel's moved on to other competitive guys, and Problem started his own top Madden whatever website. So he's trying to form these teams and to have these guys make ebooks for his websites to sell them and whatnot. So he is looking for those other opportunities, and he is a pretty big streamer right now on Madden. But you think he could do better by cross promoting his stuff a little bit better with sponsors? Is what you're saying?
He can, and there are a lot of other players that can too, but they need the help of EA. And I've reached out to people within the EA that works at EA and explained to them that you have all these gaming events go on. You have PAX East, West, South. You have all these other stuff that you can do, but they don't send no one. Elgato have a live streaming booth. How easy is it to say, here problem, here's such and such, here's like 15 copies of Madden. We're gonna fly you to this event. Play 3 to 2 hours. We're gonna send a YouTuber. Y'all play each other. We live stream it. Give away some copies to the fans, and build something like that. But they don't want to do that. And I even told them that. I said, Elgato have a live streaming booth. You can send someone there. They can block out 3 to 4 hours for that person.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a little bit of that, like giving away games in people's Twitch streams and stuff. But you're talking about going to conventions and promoting it that way.
It's that face to face.
The thing is, like, do you think Problem is that face, or do you think somebody like Toke would be a better face for that?
Toke would be a better face. Toke would be a better face.
I think Toke would be the better face, but I think they can send both where they have them playing, because a fan is going, of course, they want to see if they can beat that competitive person. But then a fan also want to be able to see if they want to play their famous YouTuber. So I think it goes hand in hand. Send Toke, send Problem, have them play against each other. Then say, hey, Toke is going to be here for an hour. Play Toke, win a game. Problem is going to be here for 2 hours. He's only going to be doing pass plays only. If you can stop him, win a game.
Gotcha. Texas, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was like, Toke could be a better face for that, mostly because Toke has a bigger audience. And so if they can get that guy out there and he can promote it, I'm going to be at this event. Because, I mean, I watched Couchop and, like, they had 1 million subscribers now, but before they were, like, around where Toke is right now. And they would go to these events and then say, we're going to be here and just meet up with fans. And it was just a good way to grow their channel, grow their brand to where it is right now. And so, and these are just 4 dudes. Like, Toke can represent EA, can represent himself, get out there, and then get more recognition, get more FaceTime with his fans, and then EA foots the bill and then go about their business, and then hopefully it grows in both ways. It grows him and grows EA.
So I'm going to ask you about this question. What do you think grows and helps sell the game of Madden more? Competitive Madden or YouTubers? Texas, I want to hear your opinion first.
YouTubers. Easily YouTubers. Competitive Madden is cool. I think it grows the competitive scene. It grows people who actually want to do this for money. Like, if you are interested in actually playing the game and you're good at the game, you want to go out to these events and try to win a check. Like, I think it grows that scene. Whereas the other part is with YouTube, with entertainment, with different content creators, it grows Madden more, because people can show you different things doing Madden. Like, you can do guess who's with your friends, you can do squads with your friends, and competitive doesn't really offer that. So I would say YouTube grows it more than competitive. YouTubers grow Madden more than competitive Madden players do.
So one follow-up question. I'll follow up these both with you, J-Skill. What will help a game? How do I want to phrase this? Actually, J-Skill, I'll ask you the other question, and I'll think of how I want to phrase this next one. What do you think grows a game more, competitive Madden or the YouTubers in the Madden community?
YouTubers, of course. YouTubers, because the fans can relate more. They can have more fun with the YouTubers. Competitive, I mean, it's, again, it's like a snooze fest sometime when they're watching them play. But there are fans that want to play them. There are fans that want to see if they have what it takes to beat a problem, to beat some of these guys. But the YouTubers is where it's at, and they have it right there in front of them. They can easily say, Toke, look, we got PAX South coming up next year. We're gonna fly you down there. Go to the Elgato booth. These are the times. Play your fans. Sign some autographs. Here's some swag. Give it away. Have fun. Nope, they ain't gonna do it. They don't want a face to be bigger than the brand.
So
it's weird though, before you go, because I know Castro and FIFA is kind of that, but with EA and Madden, like, we don't really have that guy.
Wait, what do you mean by that, Texas?
I know Castro gets to do a lot of these videos with, like, celebrities and playing soccer players, and FIFA goes to do all this stuff, and I think it's all sponsored by EA. So the FIFA team, I think, sees the value in having 1 or 2 guys representing them to the fullest. And whereas Madden, they don't really have that. They don't really care for
the thing is they tried that. You remember the Madden, was it 16 cover shoot where they had Madden 17 cover shoot where they had Anto, QJB, it was Toke there too, out there on the cover shoot.
In LA.
Yeah.
So they've done that with Madden YouTubers.
Yeah, but that's not meeting any fans though. Really, that's going to an event for exclusive access. Like what Jay's talking about is something completely different than that, because that one was cool, but like you're just basically going to LA, and it's kind of like the good old boy system where you just bring your friends with you. You don't really bring anybody else. And so like I think that was all due to Guru being a community manager at the time, and so he just wanted to get out his boys out there. I think Skomo might have been out there as well. And so I think that's a little bit different than like EA, like the head of EA coming down and saying we need a guy, and then having this plan set course so they can actually do something that they haven't done before.
I gotcha. So, do YouTubers actually sell games, or is it more the games that sell the YouTuber, Texas?
I think the games sell the YouTuber. I don't know if we sell games to that much, mostly because I know some, like with me, I'll watch a guy play a game, but I'm not going to buy that game. Like I'll watch Chase Money play WWE, but I'm not buying that game. And so I think they more so sell themselves to the person watching as opposed to selling the game. But I mean, there's a few people that have actually bought Madden off recommendations from YouTubers. I know you probably get messaged all the time, yo, Gutfox, should I buy the game? And so we do have that power for certain people, and we can be that last vote in their cup of votes they're collecting from their friends and family. But I don't think we sell games as much as we like to think that we do.
Most of the messages I get are hate messages and telling me I've turned them off the game of Madden. J Skill, how about you? Do you think YouTubers sell games, or do the games sell YouTubers?
It goes hand in hand, and the reason I did PR for a while for indie games and different games within the gaming industry, and I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So companies do reach out to YouTubers to just help sell games. So it goes hand in hand, and then, I mean, it's.
So do you think with reaching out to YouTubers, do you think YouTubers are too easily bought these days as influencers? Like just with like EA reaching out to them and flying out somewhere, they're gonna be on their knees for EA going forward. Do you think that happens too much or not?
Okay, so being behind the scenes, where I'm actually doing the whole influencer marketing thing now.
Okay.
You know, and I like helping people. I want to make sure people get the most out of every opportunity. And there are a lot of companies that are going to lowball people because they just don't know. And then a lot of times you're just, I wouldn't say scared. You're humble and you're happy to be in a position to be invited somewhere. Whereas there is more to be made from that opportunity. Yes, you're going to get invited out to E3 paid trip, but you can make money on that trip also. You can get paid for other stuff on that trip also. So try not to dive too deep into it. It's a lot. It's a lot to go on behind the scenes, and
do you feel like it's easy for a company to buy off a YouTuber with some perks like that, and turn them from a regular person to a yes man?
It depends on where you're at in YouTube, because if you're someone on a real high level that's making a lot of money, probably not, because you're like, no. And that goes to where there's like a bunch of different deals. There's like, we'll pay for you to come to this event deal. Then we have the product deals where we'll give you a product. Then we have the different type of sponsorship deals where you get paid or you're not going to get paid, but we'll give you a computer. But once you do the review on the computer, you send it back. So they're going to get used. Trust me, whenever a company is coming to you with a idea, it's going to be the bare minimum first. But you can counter with stuff. But it's like you don't really know how much and how far you can go.
I got you. Texas, what do you think about that? Are YouTubers easily bought, in their opinion, with it, and then their influence?
I think that most of us are. I mean, a lot of us have deals that we are here for, so I think we can be. It depends on what they want us to do, though. I know everybody has a figure, and so if EA is like trying to approach you like with 6 figures to do something for them that is against your moral code, and that's what you want, you'll end up doing it that way. And so I think everybody has an amount that they're willing to be bought out for. And so, yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. And EA can easily buy us out with, I mean, they bought out, like, people were so great. Like, yo, people were trashing EA, like, and then all of a sudden free games. Oh, my God, yeah, I love you. And so just off of that, it's not even YouTubers. So YouTubers probably have a little more standards, a little more high class. But there's always an amount out there that EA can throw our way that'll basically
before you're essentially working for them, and then they can take away your money. I got you. All right, so I guess that's what I wanted to finish off. I don't want to talk about it any much more. We've been going for a while. I don't got anything left on the agenda. Anything you guys want to talk about before we go? Texas, J-Skill?
I am good.
I think that's about it. Just a quick plug. If you're trying to get into the gaming industry, if you need help, if you need consulting, if you just want to ask some questions, my DMs is always open.
What's your Twitter?
Ask away.
Plug your Twitter.
At the real J Skill.
Okay. All right.
THE, not DA.
Gotcha. And plug your website one more time.
www.theworldsempire.com.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for being on the podcast, J Skill. Good talking to you. Good meeting you. And Texas, any last words?
Go Bengals. What? Yeah, I know that's to say that.
All right. Take it easy, dudes.
All right,
bye.